If you need unlimited domination, clutch time, or anything else online or offline grinding, make sure you hit up RoseNBA on Twitter for quick, safe, and reliable grinding services. Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be building the best team possible with 100,000 MT in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM. And honestly, pretty impressed with the way this team does turn out. Definitely a big fan of the squad. I think you could build this squad as a really solid base team and have a lot of success even online. And it gives you a great starting block for your team if you're just starting off in MyTEAM trying to build a great budget team. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Help me push towards the 7,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I mean, by the time that this video is released, we might actually be at that 7K mark because we are literally less than 10 subscribers away from that mark at the time of me recording this video. So if we're not, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Even if we are, make sure you hit that sub button so we can be on the road to 8K. But appreciate everybody for all the support at the beginning of 2K23, and I'm excited for this year. But without further ado, let's hop right into it. One thing I do want to say is that I am including some of the Series 1 token players on this team, and the reason that I am doing that is, for one, it gives you a little bit more flexibility with your MT, but also if you don't have tokens in this game, you're just not playing the game enough, because this game is incredibly rewarding on tokens. You can so easily get the tokens to get these players, considering they're only like 20 or 30 tokens a piece. So I highly recommend getting these token players because they are massive assets to your squad, going to save you a lot of MT and really, really good starter players for your squad. But without further ado, let's hop right into it, and let's start off with the starting point guard position, where we are going with Diamond Jaden Ivey. Definitely a card that I am a solid fan of. Made a gameplay on him yesterday if you want to check that out to see how this card hoops, but very, very solid card. He's just really, really good all the way around. 6'4" with a 6'7" wingspan is great size. 2 Hall of Fame badges are Fast Twitch and Slithery. Solid all-around card in terms of badges as well. Playmaking badges are good besides missing handles for days. Doesn't get limitless range. It doesn't get the defensive badges like Clamps, Glove, and Interceptor. So he's a bit limited on his badges, which is kind of annoying, but he's got great speed. He's a solid shooter, 77 three-pointer with his shooting badges. Trust me, more than enough. Additionally, he's a great dunker and a solid all-around perimeter defender with good size, which helps him out on the perimeter defensively as well. Got a good release. I like Ivey's release. MJ dribble style might be the best dribble style in the game. Kobe escape and Dame behind the back are also really, really good sigs, and overall, he's just the perfect starter point guard coming in at only 22,000 MT, even for the Evo Diamond version of Ivey. You could buy him as a Sapphire and Evo him as well. Only takes like an hour and a half, and that'll save you some more MT if you wanted to do that, but definitely an amazing start to the team for only 22K. At the starting two, another guy who actually came out this Tuesday, and that is Amethyst Danny Green, another really, really good budget card, just a super great value card. 6'6" with a 6'10" wingspan, an elite 3-and-D guy. Shoots the ball at a crazy high level, bronze limitless, everything else on silver and gold pretty much, mostly on gold, which is super nice. He's got that half clutch shooter, and then defensively is an elite perimeter defender with gold clamps, glove, and interceptor, as well as pick dodger, which are probably the biggest key defensive badges on the perimeter, as well as some other good defensive badges. Really good defender as well. He's got amazing defensive stats on the perimeter especially, but even on the interior, very, very solid as well. Decent speed, but a really good shooter, and can dunk the ball as well when he's attacking the rim. Overall, just a really, really good card. Danny Green release is really good. Another guy with MJ dribble style and the Steph behind the back, which is probably the best behind the back in the game right now. So overall, solid sigs, really good release, and elite 3-and-D guy. He's about 18,000 MT, and he's a beast for that 18K price point. Really, really good card at the 2. But at the 3, we're going with that first token card. That's going to be LeBron James, just a guy who plays better than his stats and badges say at the beginning of the year every single year. He's going to be really good defensively, have amazing dunk animations, and his jump shot is much better this year. Even with only a 74-3, that is more than enough to knock down consistently when you're open, with the way that the green windows are this year and the way that shooting is this year. And he is an absolute beast. Silver bully is nice. Got some solid all-around badges, admittedly mostly bronze and silver, but he is a very, very solid perimeter defender as well, which is super nice. Amazing slasher with amazing dunk animations, and like I said, release is really good this year. Sigs wise, not amazing, but overall, big fan of what LeBron can give you on the court, and because he's free as a Series 1 token player, that's a great guy to add to the squad. Another Series 1 token player coming in at the 4, and that's going to be Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is actually my backup power forward still on my God squad, and one of the best cards in the game at that power forward position. 6'11" with a 7'4" wingspan, he's elite size. I know he has 3 cold spots, but trust me, even with a 66 3-pointer, you can knock down the 3 with him consistently, especially if you add a badge like catch and shoot to him. That's a nice one to have as well, which I really like a lot. Gold bully is super nice. He's got great speed for a power forward, really good dunker, and a great all-around defender with an 86 interior, 87 perimeter, and 87 lateral quickness. So super good defensive badges on silver and bronze with as well, basically everything. And overall, just a really, really good card at that power forward position. Giannis release release this year isn't as good as last year, but it's still not bad. Trust me, if you get it down, you can green open even 3-pointers. And then again, MJ dribble style, Steph behind the back, 2 of the best SIGs in the game. Really a big fan of what Giannis can give you on the court. He's a God Squad level player, and getting him for free is an absolute steal. At the 5, we're going with Paulo Banchero, and some people have an issue with running Paulo at the 5 because he's a little bit short, but I'll tell you this, Paulo, just like Giannis, backup center on my God Squad right now. In my opinion, one of the best centers that you can run in my team. 6'10" with a 7-foot wingspan is super nice. He's got great speed for a center with 80 speed and excel. Knockdown shooter, even with only a 79 3-pointer, he's got a really good release. And then he's an elite dunker and plays defense better than the stats would say. Hoff pogo stick, gold brick wall, gold chase down, gold rebound chaser, and silver box out beast. Those are really nice interior badges that help him out a lot as that interior defender and rebounder. And I feel like he competes way better than these defensive stats say that he does defensively. And offensively, he's a mismatch with his speed, shooting, and dunking ability. Gives you another guy who can stretch the floor, has a really nice release, and yet another guy with that MJ dribble style. Steph behind the back, giving him a little bit of movement capability as well. Makes him a huge mismatch for slower centers, and I think he's an absolute beast. Coming in at about 28,000 MT. The most expensive player on the squad, but I think he's totally worth it. At the backup 1, another elite budget card is going to be Marcus Smart, a guy who's going to be a really, really good defender and a very capable offensive player as well, with a 78 3 and 86 speed and excel, as well as 84 speed of ball and 80 driving dunk, and then perimeter defense is where this card shines. Even a decent interior defender, which is nice, but the perimeter is amazing. Really, really good defensive badges. He does have bronze quick first step, which can be upgraded, a bunch of silver playmaking badges, a few silver shooting badges as well, and the ability to get catch and shoot is nice. And then he's a solid slasher. Silver bully, silver limitless takeoff is nice. Got a good release. Marcus Smart's release good every year, and this year is no different. And then SIGs wise, not amazing. Trey dribble style isn't bad. KD size of escape, same thing, not bad. The Trey behind the back, I don't think is very good personally, but I do think he is a very, very good card in my team. Big fan of what he can do on the court, and he comes in at about 17,500 MT, which I think is another super solid price. And I just realized he's supposed to be the backup too, because we're going with the backup 1. I'm just going to make that mistake, I guess. But the backup 1 is going to be token market Steph Curry. This token market Steph just gives you a really, really good shooter and shot creator off your bench. 6'2 with 6'3 wingspan. Isn't elite size. He doesn't have incredible speed, but he's a knockdown shooter with gold limitless. Every shooting badge at least on silver, and really solid playmaking badges as well. Not going to be much of a defender. Poor defensive stats is important. You're probably going to want to switch Marcus Smart on ball off your bench just to be a better defender. But he gives you an amazing shooter with an elite release, really good dribble SIGs as well, with obviously the Curry slide and the Steph behind the back, which is the best behind the back in the game. He can even dunk the ball a little bit too. I mean, 31 driving dunk isn't great, but he does have the ability to at least dunk when he's wide open, which is actually kind of nice. Believe it or not, he will occasionally dunk the ball, which is honestly very, very nice. And I just think he's a really, really good card for free again at that backup point guard position. And then you have Marcus at the 2, who's more of that 3-and-D type of guy. And then at the backup 3, another free card is going to be Ruby Kawhi Leonard. Ruby Kawhi, yet again, just a very, very solid free card. Can defend at a high level. Not much in terms of speed, but the defensive stats are really, really good, especially on the perimeter. Got good silver and bronze defensive badges with silver clamps, glove, and interceptor. Gold menace. Can shoot the ball a bit with an 81 shot 3, 80 driving dunk is nice. Not very fast, but shooting badge-wise is not horrible. And with a pretty good release, Kawhi's release, not as great as it's been in previous years, but still a pretty good, pretty smooth release. SIGs-wise, not great. He's not there for SIGs though. He's there to be a 3-and-D guy, and for a free guy, he's definitely super solid in that area as well. At the backup power forward, we got the last free card on this team, and that is going to be Kevin Durant. Another just really, really solid all-around token market player, coming in with only 75 speed and excel, but an 83 shot 3 and 80 driving dunk and solid perimeter defensive ability. No defensive badges, but shooting badges are very good. Silver limitless range is super nice to have. Even that bronze handles for days, silver clamp breaker are nice. He feels a little faster than 75 speed as well, I will see, which is nice. KD's release is always elite in 2K, and this year is no different. Jaw dribble style is really good. KD escape is solid. And then the Scottie Pippen behind the back, while not as good as it's been in previous years, is still a pretty decent behind the back as well. So he's got solid enough SIGs. He's just a guy who holds it down pretty well at the power forward position. A guy you're still going to see a lot of comp players even using in their lineup right now. And I think KD's a really good card. And then finally, at the backup center, we got Pau Gasol, another guy who is an elite level center. You're going to see him on a lot of God squads. He's just an amazing, amazing card. There are a lot of elite centers on this. Really, both of the centers on this team are elite centers in my team right now who are on a lot of comp player squads and are God squad level players. He's slow at only 64 speed, but he knocks down the 3. He dunks the ball well, especially with the standing dunk being at an 85. And his interior defense and block are really, really good. He's got great size at 7 foot with a 7'5" wingspan. He's a pretty knockdown catch and shoot shooter, which is also really, really nice. nice, and he's a really solid interior defender as well. A guy you're going to see a lot in Unlimited and even in competitive type games, and he is a really, really good card. There's a reason for that. He's a consistent shooter, a consistent interior guy on both ends of the court. Half post spin technician is a super nice badge as well. And overall, I think Pau Gasol probably one of the more underrated cards in the game, coming in at only 12,000 MT. So this team in total is going to cost you about 97.5 thousand MT to build or so, give or take a couple thousand MT. But overall, very, very solid starter squad that you can use. And this doesn't even include guys like Donovan Mitchell, Andre Iguodala, Lamar Odom. We're going to get another takeover player on Friday. You got Elgin Baylor if you were grinding for him. There's just a lot of free cards you could get. You can also get other types of free cards from Domination and things like that. Can build up your MT stack more and add some new players, things like that. But overall, this is a really, really good starter team that you're going to have a lot of success with if you put this team together in your first couple of days of playing my team. This is the type of team that can take you a long way. So hopefully this video did help you out, and if it did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.